Good evening, guys. Welcome to the Turtle Journal. Happy Wednesday evening. It's so nice to be here Wednesday evening. We're going to do a little journaling layout project tonight. I'm getting my bullet journal set up and my planner for tomorrow. So I thought I would do a little layout with some very simple decorations on this layout, because then I'm going to make my to-do list for tomorrow and also sort of migrate or just check that there's nothing on the previous pages that I need to also add to my list for tomorrow. So nice to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Leave me a comment when you pop in. Let me know you're here and where you're watching from. I'll draw a little winner at the end. Can have the set of Ashen butterfly stickers. It's one of my favorite color sets in the butterfly stickers. It's called Ashen. It's very versatile, very subtle and muted. So someone who leaves a comment this evening during the live, I'll draw a winner at the end and I'll send that out in the mail, which I've been doing every week now for a couple of weeks. It's been a lot of fun. It's so fun to send out free stickers. It's always a good thing to have free stickers. So leave me a comment. I will check on my phone shortly to make sure I can see comments. I can, yes. Oh, this is the first time this has worked. It's very nice to see you. Hey, Tanya. I feel like every week I have dramas with messages and comments. Hi, Tanya. Nice to see you. Oh, nice. Nice to see you, Sky's World 60 on YouTube. Hi, Elizabeth from Queensland. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for dropping by and leaving a comment. Good. That's good to know comments are working as well, so it's always handy to know. I've put in the comments as well. I don't know if you can see it because it often tells me that you can't on Facebook, but you can on YouTube. I put a link in the comments to the brand creators who are crafters and creators who make things for the Turtle Journal. So you can go follow their socials for inspiration, and also a link to the page where you can sign up to get an email before I go live. So if you find it handy to get an email to let you know I'm about to go live, then join that list and you'll get an email every time, about half an hour or an hour or so, just depending when I'm sitting at my desk doing it, before I go live. So then you won't miss me, because I know Facebook is not great at notifying for that sort of thing. Lisa, so good to see you as always. Thanks for joining. So nice to see you guys. Thanks for being here. Let me do this first before I forget, and also then for anyone who's watching the replay, this can happen in the first few minutes. In our Facebook group, we are doing the traveling journal, the Turtle Journal traveling journal around Australia, and lots of you guys are taking part, which is very exciting. And I know we're all in our groups now. So many of the groups, I think there's 4 or 5 of us. I didn't check how many groups there are, but it's like 40 of us taking part in the traveling journal, like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal. It's the Turtle Journal traveling journal. Now, one of the groups, I heard from Helen today, and she said they've been trying to contact Tanya Bitmead, who is in Helen's group. And also someone else in the group is trying to contact you as well, Tanya Bitmead, to try and get your postal address, because the deadline to post the journals for the first journal is this Friday inside that particular circle. So I said I'd give a quick shout out here in case, Tanya Bitmead, you happen to see this on replay or live or whatever, happen to be able to catch you, just to let you know that you should have probably a messenger DM from Helen Lehman or one of the other members of your circle who's trying to get your postal address so they can post the journals by this Friday. However, some people, of course, have changed their mind, which is all good. So I've said to Helen inside that circle, if they can't get a hold of Tanya this week, just to go ahead and work out how to close that circle a bit tighter and get your journal sent out, however you guys want to work it. So it's been a lot of fun. Oh, hi, Claire. Nice to see you. And Lee, so good to see you, Lee. And Claire, nice to see you too. It's been heaps of fun starting this traveling journal. I can't believe how it's a big hobby, hey, journals and traveling journals. This one here is from Lynn. So it's the first one I received yesterday. And this is a very precious journal. This is beautiful. I'm going to quickly show you a couple of pages because I have already looked through and covered up the pages that she doesn't want to be shown. So I thought I'll quickly just show you her journal. So she's got a little read me letter in here, and then she's got some personal details here that I've covered. But look at this. She's already got her journal pre-decorated some pages. It's so gorgeous. I get to do some interactive stuff here. I'm very excited about this. And she's given some instructions here, and there's an ATC card swap as well. It is part of this journal, and then it goes into some blank pages where we can craft and create. So this is from Lynn. This is the first journal I've received inside the circle I am part of. Let me know how you guys are going, and more importantly, please let us know inside the group. All of the interactions inside the group will be great, so we can all sort of keep up with what's happening and get excited about the whole process, because it's going to go on for a few months. So if you haven't mentioned inside the group what you're up to or whose journal you're getting, or if you've sent one, or if you're crafting someone's, please share, because all of that fun interactivity and creative stuff is just going to be so exciting. I can't wait. Isn't it clever, Claire? It's a beautiful journal. Hey, I have to be super careful with that journal. I'm looking forward to playing around with some of the little interactive features that she's got set up, which is very cool. That was the next thing on my list. I don't want to forget that. Also, yep, I already said the links are in the comments there. If you want to apply to be a brand creator, I can't know if I can do the camera. I always regret doing this. Oh no. Yeah, I'll try. Let me bring the boxes over. These are all the parcels that brand creators would have got a shipping confirmation for, I think, yesterday or Monday. So the postman, it's always a man. That's not true. I have had a post lady come by and pick up the parcels. These are going out tomorrow to brand creators with their new little bundle, and you can still apply to be a brand creator. I've got some emails to look through tomorrow as well for some new brand creators, so I'll get on that as well. All right, let's make a project. Otherwise, I'll just keep yapping on to you guys. It's so nice to see you all on a Wednesday evening. I'm going to make a layout here, and finally, last thing, let me show you. I have to show you this. I did some tidying up, and I'm collecting little containers, and I need to decide if I'm going to throw them out or what I'm going to do with them. I feel I'm not sure how I've managed. I've got a few, and I think I have more. Every time I open a drawer or a cupboard, I suddenly feel like I find more little empty containers. So I love this one. I don't want to throw this one out. How fun is it to have the most perfect container? It just feels sad. You don't want to get rid of them, but I genuinely don't really have a use for these, but I just keep them hanging around 4 years. And also a trimmer blade that doesn't fit a trimmer anymore. I haven't had also for years, that it keeps hanging around too. Michelle, so nice to see you this evening too, Michelle. Nice to see you. All right, let's do this layout. I'm going to do a very simple bullet journaling layout and then write my to-do list for tomorrow. And I'm going to use some blue papers. This paper is called Storm and Stone. And I'm going to cut some little squares, like little tiles, I think, which will be cute on the layout. Yeah, Lynn, nice to see you live. Lynn, I just shared your journal. I was just showing everybody your incredible journal, but I had covered up all the private pages so nobody saw anything private information. Yeah, it's such a good idea, Claire. I need to just have a better system, I think. They just sit around with nothing in them. I need to decide what goes in each, maybe label them, and then I might actually use them. Bits and bobs. Yes, also it's true, pins, brads. I'm thinking even like earrings or something. I just sort of have little things around. I do need to be a bit more labeled and deliberate. And if I had one of my drawers designated for it, I actually might use them. So yes, there is so many things I could do with them. You're right. I just don't know why they sit there with nothing in. And then I sort of find a pile of them randomly. All right, let's use some of this dark Storm and Stone paper. I like this really dark mottled weathered one. I'm going to cut a lot of little squares. This is going to be just a little easy sort of square. And now I'll measure them though too. Let's use my little trimmer. Yeah, let's line them up and measure them out. How has everybody been today? What have you all been up to? And how's I have lots of beads, so use the smaller ones for that all the time. Beads is a good idea. Yeah, if you have beads, that's true. Little containers would be super valuable. Marie, nice to see you too. And Tanya, nice to see you too, Tanya. So lovely to see you guys. What have you all been up to today? Who is part of the traveling journal and who has got their journal or posted their journal or received a journal? I have posted my journal and now I have received Lynn's journal. That's as much as I have done so far. I'm thinking maybe this weekend I'll have some time to do some work in Lynn's journal. I'm thinking that's probably my plan. Okay, I'm going to cut these into little I think this is 3 inches, or is this, no, 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters, not 3 inches, what am I saying? Like little tiny tiles. I did this not long ago. I feel like this is one of my default. If you're a bit stuck of what to do on a layout when you sit down to do a project and you're just not quite sure where to begin, just cut some tiny squares. They look like really cute little mosaic tiles. They're just really fun to do, like really easy to do, and they look really cute and really effective when you start to layer them out. Any shape actually starts to look really effective when you layer it out. If it's all consistent, all circles, all squares, then you sort of get a really nice cohesive effect. And it's such an easy thing to do. Scrapbooking today, Lee. Oh, you posted yours today. Yep, I posted mine today. My group is posting this week. One has their first one. So good, Claire. Journaling today for Lisa. You guys are having a great day. Attempted to make a mini paper handbag today, Michelle. Oh, I like that. Do you have photos that you can maybe share? Is that like one of those little ones, those almost, I want to say bomboniere, like sometimes you see them at weddings, like that kind of little mini paper handbag, that kind of thing, do you mean? Posted yours and waiting for one to come, Lisa. Yep, cool. Yeah, I've posted mine and I have had my first one arrive. And now my mind is a buzzing of what I'm going to do in Lynn's journal. All right, and then also this pattern paper set here, I've got these pretty blues and greys, but I still want some blues. I like blue, can't go wrong with blue. But I want more blue and something a bit floral, I think, just to add a bit of extra. Oh, that's pretty. Let's not do floral, let's use that one. Yeah, that's nice. Hi, Paula. Nice to see you. Very nice to see you, Paula. Thanks for being here. Tanya, I spent today shopping for visitors arriving Friday night for my grandson's 7th birthday. I got home, didn't do much. Go to the craft room and made some little angels with beads. You guys are so talented. Angels does sound beautiful. Yeah, it does. I bet they're adorable too. Tanya, you must share those also. I worked this morning. For those of you that may or may not know, I have kind of a day job. It's sort of a day job in the sense that it's officey work, but it's still contracted work. So it's still like my small business in a sense, because I still invoice clients, but I look after their some small businesses, Facebook ads and their email marketing systems. So I was doing that this morning. And then I took the afternoon off because it's my husband and my anniversary. Today is our anniversary. So we went out for lunch and then went and wandered around the local shopping centre. Came home with discontinued Easter eggs. Oh no, my internet's dropping out. I bet you are frozen. You can maybe hear me and not see me. Maybe I'll switch back to, or am I back? No, I'm not moving still. Thanks, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. I'm glitched, and I've completely frozen up. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thank you, Michelle. I'm not moving. Maybe I'll try and flip my camera to standard definition instead of high definition. Let me try that. See if that brings me back. Standard definition. Am I moving yet? Yes. Okay, sorry about that. I swapped my camera from high def back to standard def. Maybe that will work a bit better. Thanks, ladies. Yeah, it's anniversary today. So I came home with, I found some discontinued chocolate. The shop still had chocolate, Easter egg chocolate out cheap. So I came home with bags of those. And then I found 2 new tops, one in Big W, one in Target. A new coffee mug. I broke my favourite coffee mug last week. And so I had to replace it with a new one because it's not the same, hey, when you get a coffee out or make a cup of tea and it's not your your most treasured cup. It's just not the same. So I found a new coffee mug at Target that I grabbed. It was a great afternoon. Thank you, Lisa. It's been 26 years, a long time. We've been married a long time. We are both very old. This colour's not really showing up well, hey. They are very blue, but they look a little muddy. That looks a little grotty, that colour, but trust me, it's a pretty ivory, sort of washed stone, aged, weathered wood stone colour. So it's prettier in person than it sort of looks here, I think. Okay, I'm going to stick these down. I had a loose idea in my head of how I was going to do this, which I think I'm just going to start sticking them, I think, and then I don't think we can go wrong with this technique, guys. I feel like this is not, you can't go wrong with this. I feel like this is not going to be ruined in any shape or sense. So I'm just going to stick them down, I think, and then do a bit of writing. I was thinking about what glue. I think I'll just use a glue stick. I could use liquid glue, but for the sake of writing on here as well, I'm not going to be able to leave it to dry before I kind of want to do some stuff on here. So let's just use some liquid glue. A glue stick. All right. This is a piece of cake. This will come together quick. And then I'm just going to put a bit of washi And I was trying to decide where to put the washi. I'm still not decided yet, but I might run some washi down the side of it as a bit of a border, maybe, but maybe not. And I'm not going to, let's layer them up a bit. What's that term? So it's random, but not really random. So that it looks random, but actually it's on purpose. It's a great way to use up scraps too. Hey, if you do this sort of thing with all the scraps you have, you can just use up heaps of scraps. Oh, thunderstorms today, Lynn. No way. Cute. Hey, Claire. Like today, this is my like. This is how my style of crafting. I just like it's easy, and I feel like it's just like stickers and papers and sticking stuff around and fluffing about with it till I think, oh, that's cute. I like that. And then I'll put some practicality to it, so I get to look at it all day tomorrow while I'm working and enjoy the layout as well. We had the most bizarre weather the last few days. I think it's bizarre for Adelaide. I feel like we've skipped autumn. We went from stinking hot to raining and thunderstorms, which is not super common here in Adelaide, I must say. And I wonder where autumn went. But today was lovely. Today it felt like an actual autumn weather day. One thing I'm absolutely not very good at with this sort of thing is like knowing when is enough. Like how much do you keep going? Let's do a couple more. I don't know that I'm going to put washi on here after all. Let's have a think about it. Okay, so that's one side. I want to write here and, oh, am I frozen again? Oh, no, okay. And I'm going to write, I'm most comfortable writing on the left. So I think I'll do the same here. No, let's do it differently. I'm going to do a straight line and then that will be my margin. Let's do that. I'll start it up the top here. I'm just going to like, I suppose it's like is it like a patchwork? Is that maybe the sort of effect you could call it? It's a patchwork sort of look. Yeah, let's just line these ones up. I'm going to get my black pen out. If you have any sort of nice pen at the end, it will absolutely finish this off to have a nice pen. Or a nice pen, not a nice pen, just a pen, but do some small doodles at the end. Ooh, we'll finish this sort of off. Oops, those ones I hadn't cut to size. I shouldn't be touching those ones. Those were not right sizes. Mixed up. Okay, let's cut one off at the very bottom. Okay. Yeah, okay. There's our basic sort of background done. And then, of course, you could absolutely take this technique and go even more so. Pixelated, it's a good way, Tanya. I like that. Pixelated, yeah, that is a good way of describing it. You could do the whole the whole page, and then that would look phenomenal, I must say, if the whole page was covered. And then you could just put yourself your hero element, a die cut, or I got this beautiful postcard. I got on the website, there's some products from Watercolor by Kat, and so this was a little thank you card she sent with the order. So you could totally put some sort of die cut hero piece in the center, like mounted, or put it on some 3D tape, and that would be a really nice layout doing something like that. Or a frame would be nice too. A pocket, a giant tag, any of those things. If you covered the whole page, you could do that sort of thing. I like the little gaps between. You can really see, obviously, then the actual squares by putting the little gaps in between. So as I was saying with the black pen, oh, excuse me, realise as I'm talking, last week I was coughing and spluttering when I was on here with you guys, wasn't I? So then if you don't even have to do, you don't have to do this around all of them either. You could just do it around a few. Just some little either hash marks or scribbles or spots, even dots. Look a little bit like stitch marks. Just to give a bit more structure to your cute little pixelated mosaic tile, patchworky, cutesy things. So if I try and show you that, I don't know if that will show up a bit. No, I'm trying to look in two places. Like I've got the camera in one angle and then trying to, you can kind of see. That kind of just brings, this gives it a bit more definition, hey, sort of finishes off that little bit and makes those really interesting little squares. And then on this side, I would just do it through the middle. My favorite combo is a dash and a dot, which I think might be Morse code. Now I'm saying it, but I do this all the time, is a dash and a dot. Oops, it's too much glue there. Pen's not working. There, like that, on the left-hand side. Just it's very subtle, but cute, hey? And then you could totally do some down the edges there. And I was considering, I got out all my bluish washi tapes. This one's a new one from Watercolor by Kat, but I don't know the theme quite works. These beautiful ones here are from Archer and Olive, and I've had them for a long time, and I do love them to bits. I feel like these ones are a bit too, they might overwhelm the theme a bit. I've got a funny feeling. I'm not sure they blend in so well. They might take over a bit. Because this is just my layout for my journal, like for my daily journal. So I don't really want to have it too, what's the word? Stark? No, there's another word. I had thought it would look good. Yeah, I actually don't mind that. I'm going to leave a gap. I'm going to do a black line through here as well. Am I going to do a black line? No, I'm not. I'm going to lay this over the top. This is, sorry, this is so, I love doing this with you guys. Yeah, busy. There's the word, Tanya. Too busy. I love doing this with you guys because I do literally think it through in real time. So I do apologize. It's obviously not structured. Yeah, I like that. And then I'm going to love to write right alongside that nice clean line. And over this side, I'm going to do maybe nothing. I'm going to put it in the corner on this side. You'll barely notice it, I feel, but I'll know it's there. Yeah, let's do that in the corner. I didn't make that one quite long enough, did I? There we go. Done. I'm glad we did that. That just lighter color lifts it up a little bit, I feel like. This nice blue does too, gives it a bit of a brighter feel, lighter feel, I suppose, and that washi does too. I quite like that. Right, let's get down to business. All right, tomorrow's date is the 16th. So Thursday. I'm going to write this so scribbly and fast, guys. I do apologize because this is not fun to watch. So this is sort of very functional. I don't want to bore you guys to tears, and my handwriting is bad at the worst times. It's terrible at the worst of times. So tomorrow, so I'm going back now to this is my week this week, which has, hi Sheza, nice to see you. So good to see you, Sheza. Let's look back and see what I have as open loops or things that haven't been done. So I can skim down Monday and Tuesday. Then today I sort of kind of just did the things I knew I had to from Monday and Tuesday. So Wednesday's list is really short. Plus today's Wednesday, is it not? Yes, today's Wednesday. So I only worked this morning anyway and took the afternoon off. So I had very little things I needed to do today that were just carried over from the last 2 days. So I can see here I have to publish a TikTok for a gifting collaboration. So I got some cards They are on, I did a video tonight and I've got one to do tomorrow. Some quilling cards. Aren't they pretty? Like as a gift from a brand who's about to launch called Quack and Quill. Quack and Quill. Quack and Quill. Anyway, I did a TikTok just this evening of them, and part of the collaboration or the agreement I had with them was to do a second TikTok for them in exchange for the free cards they sent me, which is very exciting because you can never have too many greeting cards, I feel. So what I do is when I move something, and I've put that off for a little while, I was meant to do this last week, but I've been sick, is when you've got a task here, a task is a dot, I'm moving it, so an arrow. An exclamation mark means super important. So I meant to have done it earlier this week and I haven't. Now I meant to have done it today. I didn't. So I've moved it with an arrow. So tomorrow it's now will get moved and it's going to get an exclamation mark because it also has been moved actually from last week because I was unwell last week. So that's what I do with important things. I also have to record a podcast episode. Will I do that tomorrow? Yes. I've also been putting that off since last week because I was unwell. I'm going to put exclamation mark next to that as well. So kind of critical things. And one thing with journaling and bullet journaling that I like, or planning in any capacity, is the action of writing these things actually reinforces the things you're putting off, I find. So I like to actually write things again and again, even though I think, oh, I was meant to do that last week. I've got that written on 3 other pages from last week that I hadn't done yet. But the act of writing it again and again actually helps you realize how much you're procrastinating and putting things off. The things like I know every time I go in the bathroom now to have a shower, I'm like, this bathroom needs to be cleaned. So let's put that on the list tomorrow. Clean bathroom. I make it so easy too. Like, do you guys do this too? Like, I have everything there in the shower. I can just drag the bucket into the shower and scrub everything when I'm there. It's just I haven't done it. I'm going to do that tomorrow. So just by writing it again and again, reinforces to yourself like what you're putting off that you know you need to do. And then when you get to mark it off, it feels so good when you've done it. This one here, I've got to call a restaurant about a group dinner booking for my parents' anniversary that's coming up. My parents have been married for 50 years in a couple of weeks, and so we're all going out for dinner, and I need to organise a booking for that. If I look back over the other pages, I shouldn't have anything on the previous pages because when I have processed a layout, which means there's nothing here for me to rethink about, then I put a little icon. I've got a little love heart that I put in the corner of each page. That just tells me when I scan it, like I don't need to read it all again and rethink about it. Everything is like done. So when I see a little love heart, I know that means everything is done. So there shouldn't be anything on those pages that I need to actually put on tomorrow's list. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, isn't that cool? It's starting 50 years, Claire. 50 years. My mother is an angel. We're talking about angels before. My mother is an angel for sure. I do love my dad to bits also. Let me look on my list, my digital list for tomorrow, because I keep a digital list as well. That's how I do my work. You know, on my laptop, I have lists and things in Trello. But if I look at my digital list, it's way more tactile, suits my brain, my lifestyle, the creativity, the pleasure, like the love and nostalgia of craft. If I move my digital things into paper. So tomorrow, yes, I do have to do some work for a client. So I usually use an icon for a client. So I have little acronyms for when I do my regular, you know, officey day job. I use acronyms and then I can quickly tell like abbreviations or shorthand. It's such a handy thing to do shorthand. That is important. I'm putting an exclamation mark to that. I need to turn off a flow, an email flow that she has activated needs to be changed tomorrow. If I look at what else I've got, I've been carrying around a nail voucher in my purse for a year that was a gift to me and I haven't even booked it yet and I'm worried it's expired. Oh yes, I'm so with you, Lynn. Me too. I agree. Nothing like it, is there? There's really not. It's really, there's chalk and cheese, I tell you, the digital to analog. Love the analog thing. Oh, what else have I got in here? I need to do orders. I have to do orders. Oh my goodness, everything tomorrow is starting to look in like critical. This becomes a problem if you're a planner, if you like to get into planning. I would be careful not to have too many exclamation marks. This becomes a bit of a problem if everything in the day is critical. Oh, no, Sheza. because it's just not practical, and you kind of set yourself up to fail. So if I look at this week, I only had on Monday like 3 critical things, and lots of this other stuff on here wasn't even going to happen Monday. It was kind of the list for the week, but 3 things kind of were critical for the week. But if you have too many things that are critical, it can be overwhelming and just put you off from not doing anything, I find. Then you just end up procrastinating even more because it becomes completely unachievable. Oh, good night, Michelle. Good night, everybody. I have to do orders though, and I'm going to do some planning for our journal and SIP event. We've talked about it here a couple of times, I think, like on a couple of lives about a journal and SIP, or maybe, is that the right word? Something like that, a journal and SIP event here in Adelaide. That's on my list of things to start thinking about tomorrow. And I also need to do an update to the website. Okay, the only other thing I do then quickly before I say goodbye and before I finish my journal for now is check tomorrow's appointment. So my diary, like my actual phone diary, yeah, calendar has my actual appointments, the places I actually need to be. So I have a call in the morning, I have a Zoom call, and then another Zoom call. Oh, and then I forgot about that. Oh my goodness, I've got an appointment to get my eyebrows done. How exciting. I made a new friend at church and found out she has a business in our local town. She does eyebrows, and I didn't even know. So I was so excited. I chatted to her and I said I booked an appointment, so I've got to get my eyebrows done. I haven't had them done about a year, so I'm doing that tomorrow. So when I do a list, anything that's circled means an appointment. Those things are scheduled in appointments and things that have to happen, even here, like a Zoom call or away, a doc's appointment or something. And then dots are tasks. If I did half a task tomorrow, I would put half a line through it instead of a full cross. When you finish something, you put a cross through it. So it's marked off, a check mark is finished, like it's done, well done. You could make it a tick if you prefer. It depends what sort of you prefer, what sort of floats your boat. You do a tick or a full cross. So sometimes if I've done half a thing, like if I've done half it in the morning maybe, I would like half mark it and then come back and finish the cross later. There's so many little tweaks and things you can do. It's such a personalized system. It's really up to you. Anyway, I talk about it. I rave on about it a bit too much. I love to talk about planning and lists and things, but I love the creativity and flexibility of a bullet journal because it is flexible. It's not dated and it's not ruled out for you. And you can do all the crafting and creating in it. So it's a creative escape for me as well. It really helps me love my journal and want to come to my journal every day because it sits on my desk just like this. I'll have my journal clip just there like that tomorrow, so it's all ready for tomorrow, so I'm very excited. Okay, let's draw a winner of the cute little Ashen butterfly stickers, and then I'll post these out in the mail. It was exciting last week to send one out, sent some stickers out in the mail. I dropped them off in the letterbox. I can't remember who I sent them to last week, but I do get so paranoid about how long Australia Post takes. So hopefully they didn't take too long to rock up. All right, I need my little mouse. I haven't got it here. All right, let me scroll up and down and find somebody. Lisa! Where am I clicked on? Here we go. Lisa. Oh, I didn't show. Here we go. There, that one. Lisa, that's for you. Lisa Munro. I know I've got your address. Lisa Munro. Congratulations, Lisa. I'll post those out in the mail. I'll put them in a little envelope with your address on and they'll go out with Australia Post. Well done. That's so fun. You get little stickers that coming your way. Well, so nice to see you guys this evening. Have a lovely evening, whatever you're up to. Yeah, congrats. Hey, Claire. Free things are fun to do. Let's do free stuff. It's so much fun. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time.